All right, let's cut the BS and talk about money, because at the end of the day, that's what you want to know. If you're going to climb roofs and do property inspections, what's it going to pay? How many can you do in a day? And can you actually make a living doing this? Or is this just beer money? I'm Matt, and I've been in this industry for nearly 30 years, and one thing I've learned is that people respect straight talk about compensation. And in this video, Noah from Hancock Claims is going to give you the real numbers, what inspections pay, how many you can realistically do per day, and where the opportunities are right now. We're also going to talk about why their payment structure is different from what you might expect, and honestly, it might even be better. But before we get started, I'd like to thank our premier sponsors, Verisk, the makers of Xactimate X1 and Xactimate Mobile. Listen, you can learn Xactimate from zero to subject matter from me as an Xactimate certified trainer, but you can only take those exams through Verisk. Click the link in the description to buy your level 1 or 2 exams, or if you want to take the ultimate challenge, even the level 3 exam. And thanks again to Verisk for sponsoring this video. Also, are you looking for the #1 resource for damage ID books, trainings, and certifications, as well as virtual scoping trainings and even desk adjuster trainings? You can get these and many more industry standard certifications right now at hageeducation.com and use code AdjusterTV at checkout. All right, let's get into this starting now.
The payout has been the same. Yes, if there's damage, it might take me longer, but I still got paid the same. And so in the beginning, that was what attracted me to Hancock was, so it doesn't fluctuate, like time of the year, the amount of time. I said, no, it's usually 30 minutes to an hour. It just depends, you know. I said, okay, all right. So, but the pay's the same? Yes. Oh, that's something that was a foundation for me, right?
Yeah.
And then it was, okay, well, so if the insured files a claim and there's no damage on the roof, I still got paid the same? Okay. But I am giving my opinion every single time. And what we're doing is really just sharing what we see. The adjuster still makes the coverage decision, right? And so to me, that harder conversation is really on that adjuster. It's my job to make it as easy as possible, but I know that they have, when there's no damage, that conversation, it can be difficult sometimes.
What's it pay?
Ladder assist is $85, and a inspection where we don't meet the adjuster, that's $100.
Okay.
They're all basically the same, whether it's me or my competitors. We all basically do the same thing. Where it gets differentiated is in the extras, right? So your rope and harnesses, your tarps, your interiors. Okay. Everybody plays that differently. For us, it's been 85 for a ladder assist and 100 for over a decade.
So you have a flat fee, but then there's the potential for like component add-ons. Okay, right on. So kind of talk a little bit about the kind of expected workload for somebody. And I would guess that it may depend on where they live, but kind of give us an overview of, you know, the CAT team versus daily doing local stuff and like maybe regionally, like the workload.
Right. Just okay. on a basis. During a catastrophe event, it's probably going to be north of 5, so like 5 or 6, because we also receive assignments that are just for emergency services. So board ups, right? Or tarps. So they don't need a full property inspection. Maybe they just need a window boarded up. All right. Well, that doesn't take as long as looking at the inside, the outside, the roof, and then we also have to put a tarp down. So that's what the workload looks like. Of course, in a catastrophe event, the idea there is, well, you're going to do more claims, but you're also going to make more money, right? So I'm not saying that the payout increases on the claim, but instead of doing 3 from a local level, right? So now the chances are to double that, right? 5 or 6. You know, for us, we're open 7 days a week. You know, the holidays, you know, Christmas, New Year, yeah, we're closed, but when we're deployed, you know, that's a whole draw to be on a CAT team is to make more money.
When I would talk about my average, you know, because you sit down and you figure out the numbers and stuff on your own, like my average, I think and one of my busier years was around 5 a day. But that wasn't like I'm doing 5 a day. It was, I'm doing 7, 8, 9, 10 a day, but then I'd have days off or rain days or reschedules or things. So it's, in other words, it's like the gross number of like days on site on a catastrophe, the number of claims divided by the number of days, and that gives you your average. And you're not working you're not in the field like doing a claim every single day. Is that kind of the same deal? Or are you guys like, you're going to get your 4, count on 4 a day kind of thing, or you can ramp up to doing 7 or 8?
So what we know from past experiences that anything over 7 can impact performance, because
Sure.
in the reality, you probably don't have enough time in the day to do anything more. So our capacity is based off of that rule, right? So what I'm sharing is I can only do more if I have more resources. So I am constantly adjusting that 7 max threshold so that I don't have anything over. Now, can that happen? Of course, right? We're trying to manage the best we can. But at the same time, you can have a multi-unit, right? That is multiple properties, and that can be one inspector, and it could be 10 properties that they look at in one day, right? And so it really, for those depend on location. But from a management standpoint for us, I remember those days, right? Hey, here's your schedule. Please get as much completed as possible. That's not us anymore.
How do they let you know that they're ready to take assignments, and then how do they get assignments assigned to them?
So we have our own proprietary system, right? And obviously we're moving to that application. All of that would be sent out through notifications. So it's sent out the same way today, right? Right now in our system, we basically will build that schedule, right? And it's you letting us know beforehand, and also when the schedules are released, hey, these are the assignments I can complete, or hey, I just had an emergency come up and I can't work tomorrow, right? So for us structurally, we have territory managers in place. There's over 14 of them. Those flow up, right? We have our own QA department, our own scheduling team. We're getting into assignments, phone calls, emails, exact, totality, right? And so all of this has to flow to really your schedule and mine, right? So when those notifications come out, we have something internally where the inspectors have to make those confirmation calls, right? So it's just like when you were at Allstate, hey, insured, I'll be there at say 9:15 tomorrow morning, right? I know the window was 8 to 11. It looks like I'll be there at 9:15. We're doing the same thing with the adjuster if they're going to be present. If the adjuster is not going to be present, we're making those confirmation calls with the insured. Or if there's a public adjuster involved, right, we'll make those confirmation calls with them. So right now they're working through our own proprietary system. That's how they're completing the property inspection form. Of course, that'll move over to the app here next year. But the whole idea here is to make it as easy as possible, right, from communication.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any parts of the country that you guys are like have an elevated need for field folks that you can think of?
So we are in the Pacific Northwest. We still need resources out there. Oregon, Seattle, Idaho, Montana. We started in Atlanta, Georgia. Our hub is really the Southeast, right? But we literally have inspectors in every single state. And what's kind of been nice is to watch that grow. I managed the Rockies for a couple of years, and we stopped at Denver, right? And we stopped at Texas, and now we're in 48 states. We always joke, as soon as we open Hawaii, I want to be the first one. I'll go back and inspect roofs, right? Alaska, I'll let somebody else do. I'm getting a little old, but Hawaii, sure, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll go be a manager, sit on the beach. So how do, yeah, a question here. So how do consultants typically get paid? You were talking about this a little bit already. Are you able to say, is it like regional? Or is it just like all 48 states, a claim, or inspection?
Right. For us, when we're on site with an adjuster, that's a different service type. We call it a ladder assist. All those pay the same. If the adjuster is not present and we're required to do a little bit more, those actually pay more. But it's the same across the board. Payment is every Friday. So we pay you every single week.
And if you want to know exactly how to apply to Hancock, what the training process looks like, and what your day-to-day life will actually be like doing this work, click on this video right here. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great storm.